Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning All. And I'm so excited to welcome Gabrielle Stone to the show. She's an award-winning actress, director, author, Eat, Pray, and hashtag FML. Thank you so much for being with us. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. But first, we have to acknowledge, so you come from a family of Hollywood legacy.
Yes.
Your mother, Dee Wallace, she is a literally legendary scream queen.
She is. I'm biased. I mean, I love her. I think she's great, but you know.
So how did that affect your upbringing and then in turn your relationships that you developed in your life in Hollywood?
You know, I had a really normal childhood. Both of my parents were really good at, like, if one of them took a job, the other wouldn't work. If they had a job for more than 1 week, we all went, so we traveled a lot. But I played sports and danced and was really normal, other than the fact that I grew up on film sets and my mom was like, you know, come lick mommy's blood off. It's fake. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. So wait, okay, I have to say, and I have to admit that this morning I was like, what does FML mean?
Yes.
I didn't even know. So I'm a little always behind my time.
I love that you just
Jess
asked that
is
question.
always keeping me up to date on everything. I'm completely out of the loop.
Well, I wanted to, you know, I didn't want to obviously put the F word over my book. So we went with FML to abbreviate it.
So it means F my life. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So what brought you to the point where you wrote this personal journey?
So it really happened to me. I was married for almost 2 years, found out my husband was having an affair with a 19-year-old for 6 months, filed for divorce, left shortly after, met a man, fell madly in love with each other. Whirlwind romance, and convinced me to go on a month trip to Italy with him. 48 hours before we were getting on a plane, he told me he had to go by himself, and I was devastated and heartbroken, and was like, well, I can either stay at home and be heartbroken, or I can go travel for a month by myself. So I took my backpack, which was so not like me, and got on a plane and did 7 countries over a month by myself.
You make this sound, though, almost emotionless. But what was that really like for you? I mean, that must have been devastating.
It was devastating. I've done a lot of growing and healing. This book was like my therapy. I got
Did you write this while you were traveling?
I did. I started it on the day I left in a leather-bound journal, and
you're like, I'm done.
All of it on the trip, and then finished it when I came
Well, as they
home.
say, the universe or God does for us what we can't do for ourselves.
100%.
So, I mean, what were the blessings to come out of just like, okay, let's go?
So many. I knew the second he told me he needed to go by himself, as heartbroken as I was, I could see it was happening for a reason, which I'm a big believer in. And I knew one of my deepest, darkest fears since I was a little girl was being okay by myself. And the universe had literally delivered a clear way for me to go face that head on.
Right.
And I learned how to love myself, which is one of the biggest things in life. And it was such a hard concept for me to grasp, and it forced me to go do that. And it changed my life. I came back a different woman in all the best ways.
So awesome.
How do you're so vulnerable in all of your stories and your Instagram page. I mean, from the way you sit, from the way, everything you do is just so real.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
And you're so relatable.
Thank you.
But how did you, did that just come natural for you to do that?
No, I grew up in LA. Of course it did.
That's what I mean. It's hard to do that all.
Yeah,
you know?
I reached a point in my life and my career, mostly when all of this started happening, that I just got so over the facade of everything, especially with social media nowadays. And I was like, you know, if I'm going to have this platform, I'm going to show up as myself. I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to let other women and girls that are following me know that my life isn't perfect, because it really isn't, clearly, after this book. And I really make it a point to show up as my authentic self and be weird and be goofy and be vulnerable. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, no, it works. I love it.
gosh.
Yeah, you're very good at it.
So where are you on your journey now?
I'm in a really good place. I am by myself, by choice, and loving myself, and really excited about my career and where everything is going, and getting this book out to the world. I feel like it's going to heal so many people and help a lot of women on their journey. Although I've been very surprised with how many men have picked it up already and messaged me, which has been interesting. So hopefully they learn something. And yeah, I'm loving life right now.
That's so awesome.
But I'm sure men have been through it too.
What?
I'm sure men have been through something like that too.
I've had guys message me and be like, I have a Javier in my life right now. And I'm like, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
I think it's, turning the F to the faith is a great thing,
100%.
and self-love. So thank you so much for sharing your amazing stories and journey and getting vulnerable, so we can all see that there is life after really hard times.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Tell people where they can find your book and follow you.
The book is exclusively on Amazon, paperback and ebook, and the book on all social platforms is Eat, Pray, FML, and I am at Gabrielle Stone on all platforms.
Love it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Gabrielle.
Stay tuned.